Hello everybody, it's Steph here, and today what I'm actually going to do is show you inside this lovely Parker Duofold Jr., and this is actually the Lucky Curve. It came to me for a service, and I've actually cleaned some of it already. Obviously, as you can see, what we've done, we've dismantled it and it's all ready to be cleaned and and to be worked on. As you can see, the pen comes in this beautiful red or orange. I'm not too sure actually if this is actually a permanite or a hard rubber pen, but as you can see, it comes in this lovely red or more orangey colour. The cap has this quite a thick cap band here, this gold filled cap band, and what we have to the top, we've got this screw on cap there which actually holds this ring top ball clip. And as you can see, hopefully, just to the top there, we've got Parker. So in effect, that will actually sit on top of the cap like so. Okay. When we actually dismantle this particular pen, there were some remnants of sack inside, but unfortunately the filler bar was missing. So what we did, we cleaned all the sack from inside. It's lovely and clean now. We've got the sack here ready to be. That'll actually be cut and installed. Here we've got the section to the Lucky Curve here, and then inside the section, well, first of all, what we'll actually show you inside the pen, as I say, there wasn't one when I actually dismantled it, but we've got a new filler bar, and in effect what actually happens, the filler bar sits inside the pen like so. A little bit will jut out of the end of the barrel there, and this particular one, because it's the button filler, there you can actually see the button that will actually sit inside the bottom of the barrel there. Okay, so once the filler bar's inside the pen, once the button is installed to the end of the barrel, in effect what happens inside, once you put pressure on the end of the button, which will be here, in effect what happens, it bends like so, and this middle section here pushes against the sack inside and obviously fills the pen with ink. Okay, so that's what we actually term as the filler bar. Slightly different than some, well, a little bit different than some pens, but these are pretty well standard on the button filler fountain pens. Okay, you can get them in different sizes incidentally. If they don't fit, you can actually, if you be a bit careful, you can actually cut them down to size. Now, as I say, this particular pen is called the Lucky Curve. The reason being is that it has this particular feed here, which, as you can see, actually has a curve to the end. Okay, so this is actually the original feed for this particular pen. You can see to the top there, it's got this Xmas tree or this Christmas tree pattern to the top there. To the middle we can see the slots for the ink to the middle, and I'm hoping you can see just to the top of the feed there, if we can keep it close, there we go, you can see a little flat section to the top of the feed there. The reason for that flat section is that once the feed and the pen has been assembled, in effect this flat section there actually has this filler bar sat on the top like so. Okay, so that is what this little flat section's for. The filler bar will just, the filler bar will just sit on top like so. Okay, what you'll also find on some of these old pens, you'll find at the end is not bent like this, because what actually happens, some people they'd actually cut this particular end section off so they can knock out the feed in what we term as a normal manner, because on this particular pen the feed goes in like so and the nib sits on top of the pen like that. Okay, in effect that's what it actually looks like. Now to dismantle it, it's slightly different. On most pens what you'd actually do is knock out the feed from the nipple side there and knock it through knock it through the section. On this particular pen you've got to be very careful. What you need to do is take off the nib from the top here, and then because of this curve to the bottom, the feed actually pulls out from the bottom of the section here. Okay, so that's your feed there, that's the nib there. I'm hoping you can actually see that. It's a lovely large nib. On the nib it reads Parker Duofold Pen, and then just underneath there it's got the letter P. But it's a lovely large nib, and it'd be interesting to see how this particular one writes. Last but not least, you've got the blind cap here, which once everything's been installed inside, the blind cap just simply sits at the end of the barrel like so. As with most of these pens, I don't know if you can actually see it on the camera here, but both of the blind cap and the top of the cap there are slightly discoloured, but what we'll do, we'll be able to sort of get rid of some of that discolouring and get them lovely and black again. So there we have it. I just thought I'd actually show you the inside of the pen before I actually assemble it, and then what we'll do, we'll actually assemble the pen now, clean certain parts etc, polish the pen a little bit, put a new sack in the pen, and then once we've assembled the whole pen, I'll pop back and we'll show you the pen actually writing. But just for now, I'll just say bye bye for now. Okay, so we're back now, and here we have it. What a beautiful example, ladies and gentlemen. It's actually turned out absolutely beautiful. Okay, so what we've done, we've fully serviced it, we've restored it, we've given it a polish. As I say, this is the Parker Junior Duofold. It's the Lucky Curve. The size of the pen from the top of the cap there to the bottom is approximately 116 millimeters capped. Around the barrel here, it's approximately 12 millimeters in diameter. And what we've done, we've actually highlighted the barrel imprint for you there. As you can see, it's lovely and clear. The reason I've actually highlighted it is that there's actually lots of different, well, there's not lots, the Duofold Lucky Curve imprint differed slightly with between different dates. I think they became small, a medium, and maybe even a large. So as I say, what I've actually done, I've highlighted it for you there, and I'm hoping you can actually read it. What it actually says from the left hand side, it says GOS Parker, and then in the middle at the top there you can see it says Duofold JR for Junior. Underneath you've got the banner with the Lucky Curve inside. To the right there it says fountain pen. Underneath the fountain pen it has US PAT 4.25.11, and then underneath the GOS Parker here you've got the Janesville WIS, which I assume is Wisconsin. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, a lovely clear imprint. All in all, ladies and gentlemen, the pen has actually turned out absolutely lovely. You can see we've managed to darken the blind cap there, the top of the cap there, we've managed to darken that as well. It actually came to us a little bit on the discoloured side. Let's take the cap off here, put them both together there so you can actually see. Beautiful example of this Parker Junior Duofold Lucky Curve. As we showed you before, you can actually see you've got the standard section there for the Duofolds, and I'm hoping you can actually see the nib as well there. As we said to you before, it's got Parker Duofold pen, and then underneath the pen it's got the letter N, and again, as we showed you before, you can now see that the feed actually has been installed, and we've polished that. It's lovely and clean. all in all, ladies and gentlemen, again, beautiful example. As I said before, it's a button filler, which means we can simply take the blind cap off, and as you can see, there's the button. We've installed it. Okay, and as I showed you before, we've installed a new sack inside. It's got a new feed bar inside as well, which we showed you. But I'm sure there'll be people out there that, as always, say, well, yes, but we'd like to see it writing. So what we'll do, this is the first time it's actually been used since I've been since I've actually restored it. And what we do, we simply press the button to the top there. So we immerse the nib, and we press down. We can see a few little bubbles there, so that looks fine. If we put the ink to one side, replace the blind cap, and what we'll do, we'll just give it a quick wipe here. And if we actually just bring on the pad, and let's see how it writes. So what we have is a Parker Duofold, and this one's the Junior Lucky Curve. I date this pen in the region of the 1920s or maybe even 1930s. It's absolutely a lovely writer, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen. I wouldn't say, there's a little tiny weeny bit of flex in it, but all in all, just a rather sort of stiff nib, I would say, but all in all, a very nice writer. It's actually lovely. Okay, so there we have it. A very, very nice writer. So there we have a writing sample of this beautiful, beautiful pen. So let's pop that to one side. Let's put the cap back on and just give you a little twirl of the pen again. And as we said, this is the Parker Duofold Junior. It's the Lucky Curve. It's been fully restored. It's got the quite a large gold-filled cap band there. The clip, as we showed you before, is this ball clip with the Parker written to the top. And again, as we showed you, a very, very nice clear imprint to the pen as well. And to the end of the barrel there, you can see we've got this lovely blind cap. All in all, very, very nice, ladies and gentlemen. So there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. As we showed you earlier, the insides of the pen, and there's we show you the pen fully assembled. Beautiful, beautiful example. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, plenty more videos on my YouTube channel. Don't be shy, go and have a look. And as before, don't be shy, leave a comment. But for now, I'll just simply say bye bye now.